Today I fucked up by explaining my mom's job very wrong to my boyfriend's family. I'm Brazilian, and when this happened in 2013, I had been living in Ireland for about 2 years. My English was good enough for everyday conversations, but my vocabulary was limited. This detail is important. This was the very first time I met my then boyfriend's parents. It was a Sunday lunch at his parents' house, nothing formal, but it still felt like a big moment. We had only just started dating, and I remember being extra careful, trying to be polite, charming, and generally not say anything stupid. I didn't really know what kind of family they were yet, and even though Eld never personally experienced prejudice in Ireland for being Brazilian, I had friends who had, so I was very aware that this lunch could go badly. We were all sitting around the table eating and chatting when the friendly and expected interrogation started. Where I was from, how long Eld been in Ireland, how many siblings I had, all normal, all easy. I was starting to relax and feel like I was doing fine. Then someone asked, "So, what does your mom do for a living?" My mom is an artisan. She does crafts, scrapbooking, painting, handmade things. In Portuguese, you'd casually explain that by saying she works with her hands. My brain latched onto that phrase in Portuguese, did a terrible split-second translation, and before I could stop myself, I said very calmly, "Oh, she does hand jobs." The reaction was immediate. My father-in-law and brother-in-law burst out laughing, not confused laughter. Not delayed laughter. Instant, uncontrollable laughter. My boyfriend laughed too, torn between laughing and trying to keep a straight face. At the same moment they started laughing, I realized what Elif just said. My brain finally caught up and went, "You just told them your mother gives hand jobs for a living." I was mortified. I wanted to cry right there at the table. My face was burning and my English completely disappeared. My boyfriend tried to break the laughter and the silence and said something like, "She means her mom is an artisan. She works with crafts, scrapbooking, painting." The mother-in-law and sister-in-law immediately jumped in as well and shut it down, saying it was obvious what I meant, that it wasn't funny, and to stop. I appreciated them more than I can properly explain. Lunch continued. I survived, barely. Fast forward 11 years of marriage and 12 years of knowing them. I love them dearly. And yes, this story has now become part of our family's Christmas tradition. Every Christmas, at some point, someone brings up the hand jobs incident. I can laugh about it now. But that first Sunday, sitting at that table, I was convinced I had just completely embarrassed myself beyond recovery. There's one last part to the story. I've never told my mom. She absolutely adores my husband's family. Even though they don't speak the same language at all, and I know that if she heard this story she'd be mortified. So for now, this story lives with us, Reddit, and the Christmas table, but not with her.